poor enough.
According to Mississippi, you can pay for your own health care? What kind of doctor you go to? Like a witch doctor?
On $8,200 a year, that won't even pay rent for a year.
You gotta live in a tree
In
house.
the woods. They want you in the woods with the veterans. In tents.
Oh boy.
In Louisiana and Texas, Rick Perry, earning more than $5,000 a year makes you ineligible for Medicaid.
It's a typical Republican strategy. Kill off the poor. They don't come out and say that, of course, but that's what it is.
Only in New Jersey, where Fatso Governor Christie has said he's leaning against the expansion, is Medicaid available to parents with incomes at or slightly above the poverty line.
Oh.
New Jersey will cover a parent making $24,645 in a family of three.
Oh, how magnanimous and generous of Balloon Boy Chris Crisco Christie, the Republicans in New Jersey. They're giving you so much. What is the average rent in New Jersey?
$1,200, $1,300, $1,400 a month.
For a one-bedroom? So,
Garden apartment.
So, where do you find the job to pay the rent and then be able to go to the doctor when you're sick? I mean, how do you make this all happen?
You don't.
So it's a facade coming out of the mouths of Republicans. It's bull crap. Well, on that note.
Wait a minute, I'm not finished
Okay,
yet.
all right.
I just want to see what that cost is.
Okay, and then I'll do the Xylon voice.
Okay, that rent at $1,400 a month is $16,800 a year. That leaves less than $8,000 to live on for $24,000.
And you subtract groceries from that, utilities, right?
Right.
And your phone.
Forget about it. No, poor people are not supposed to have phones. They're not supposed to have phones,
we're supposed to use
televisions, or refrigerators.
We're supposed to use carrier pigeon and what, a refrigerator? So
Refrigerator.
you don't buy anything perishable.
No.
So what do? You buy just cans and eat cold food?
I guess so.
Interesting.
I guess if you buy cans, though, no electric can opener.
No?
Manual.
Really?
Yeah.
But I bet the families and children of the politicians, I bet they're living high on the hog. I bet they're living pretty good.
Well, they're different than us. It's very clear. People just don't get it. The rich are different than you and I.
I'm sure Rick Perry and what's his name, Scott Walker in Wisconsin, and Chris Christie, I'm sure their kids would never ever work a minimum wage job in their life.
But governors in the other 5 states have said they will reject the Medicaid expansion underpinning Obama's health law after the Supreme Court's decision gave states that option. They favor small government and say they can't afford the added cost to their states even if it's delayed by several years.
Well, they can't afford it because the rich don't pay taxes.
Bingo!
It's a lack of revenue.
Lack of revenue.
Not excessive spending. Well, of course, with the Pentagon, it's extreme excessive spending.
Yeah, but they don't go there.
But they won't touch that.
Yeah.
But it's a lack of revenue because the rich don't pay taxes. That's why the states, the Republican governors, are saying, well, we can't afford this and we can't afford that.
Remember, I think we were discussing this the other day. Which number is higher, 92 or 35?
Well, 92.
Well, that's what we used to tax our rich in this country. Now it's 35. And they're complaining it's too high.
Well, the economy was, the rich were living high on the hog way back when.
So were the middle class.
When it was 92 and the economy
and
was...
so were the poor.
The economy was booming back then. We're talking about FDR, Truman, and Eisenhower days.
in 1972. You can buy a brand new car for $2,400.
You know, Eisenhower would not be considered a
Republican
real Republican today.
Correct.
Because I read some of his quotes,
That's correct.
and he was very, he was more to the left than a moderate, I think, in a lot of ways.
The conservative counterfeit Christians have taken over the party and made it into what it is today.
The zealots,
Yeah.
the religious nuts.
Many of the people affected by the decision are working parents who are poor, but not poor enough to qualify for Medicaid.
Well, strategically done that way.
Republican Mitt Romney's new running mate, conservative Wisconsin Representative Paul Ryan, has a budget plan